The chief of police in Seattle needs to resign. One of the big controversies right now is around the chief of police, Sean Barnes, and the rumors and the reality that he has often been out of town when major incidents have happened. Now, I said on the show yesterday, even the chief of police at a $370,000 a year salary is entitled to a vacation in the summer. I don't expect him to, as in his words, have a crystal ball and know when there's going to be a mass shooting at Seattle Center. The issue isn't a single vacation or whatever it is. Apparently, he was scheduled to be gone through mid-August, in the middle of the summer when we have the highest rates of violent crime. And he was gone during a previous shooting. And there are plenty of reports saying that he keeps a residence back in the Chicago area and just has an apartment here and commutes on a regular basis. That is unacceptable if you're going to be the police chief of a major city. So the media, understandably, wants to know, like, hey, what is going on here? So he was asked during the press conference about not being in town.
Were you in town yesterday?
I was not in town yesterday. I wish that I had a crystal ball and we could schedule gun violence, but we can't. Yesterday, I was in Dallas at the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives Conference. It's their 50th anniversary.
Yeah, and again, fine. If he had been out of town, like he said, and I believe him because I think there was pictures of him at this conference in Dallas, he's right. He doesn't know when a shooting is going to happen, but that's really not at the heart of the issue. And Mayor Wilson ended the press conference before reporters could ask follow-ups about, do you have a home in Chicago? Are you commuting? How often are you gone? How do you respond to these allegations? So the media, and again, a lot of credit to them, they started to follow the mayor and the chief out. So if you've never been in, and I don't suspect you have, 7th floor of City Hall where these press conferences happen. So the media comes in one door and then the mayor's office is behind the other door. And this is where they filter in for the press conferences and then they filter back out into a locked area. So the media can only follow them so far. So the media starts to crowd them and shout questions at them, including at the chief of police. And a reporter named Connor Nash, he's with a blog called the South Seattle Emerald. He is questioning the chief about these reports that he is frequently absent. Watch what happened.
I don't have to tell you where I go. I have a medical procedure I got to do on Friday. No. You need to know this. I have been here working as hard as I can for this city from the day I got here. Do you got that?
But there are reports
you listen to me.
But there are reports that you are not in town often.
Their reports are wrong. Do you understand?
Let's go, man. Let's go.
You understand?
So when
I work.
Let's go.
I have seen a lot of tense moments in that very room over the last 15 years. Between reporters and politicians, between me and politicians. I have never seen anything like that. He looks like he wants to fight him. He looks like he's in a rage. And this reporter, the South Seattle Emerald, is very anti-cop, but doesn't matter. That reporter is asking legitimate questions that any reporter in the room would have wanted the answer to. So that was the view that Como News had. Here's another view from Fox 13's Hannah Kim.
I have been here working as hard as I can for this city from the day I got here. Do you got that?
But there are reports that you are not in town often.
Their reports are wrong. Do you understand?
Let's go, man. Let's go.
You understand?
So when
I work.
Let's go. Thank you.
Unfit, and good for Connor Nash for standing his ground. I could tell he's sort of shaking a little bit, as anyone would be. You've got a guy there with a badge and a gun, and he is coming up on him, challenging him. You don't have a right to know where I'm going. Yeah, we do. We pay you $370,000 a year. We get to know every day of your schedule. And in fact, if we filed a public records request for it, we can get every day of your schedule. So you might as well just tell us how often you're out of town. I saw that, and I was yesterday, they were having another press conference at 4 p.m., and I was like, I got to try to get to that. And I went as fast as I could while obeying traffic laws. You know, I have an issue with that. And I just couldn't get there in time because I wanted to see if the chief was going to apologize. Turns out he didn't even go to the 4 p.m. press conference, and I think that's why. Instead, they sent an assistant chief, and it was just the assistant chief and the mayor. Chief Barnes wasn't even there. He needs to resign. I mean, I don't say that lightly. And later in the show, I'll tell you a story about an interaction I had the first time I met Chief Barnes that I didn't feel like making public until right now because I don't think he's going to be in that job much longer. And you know what, Katie Wilson, if you want to prove to people that you're competent, that you can make tough decisions, that you can be a leader, here's your opportunity. Fire him. Don't let him resign. Fire him.